Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell. Oh, good job. Go play. But welcome back to my channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell button so you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. And today I'm gonna be doing a little story time on basically how I met my first love, which is Evelyn's dad, who I sadly don't talk to no more at all. Um, we were 16 years old when we first met. We had a really good connection. We had a really good bond. We got along. We played all the time. Like went everywhere. We joked around. But we met freshman year, got together sophomore year, broke off, and then we reunited when I was a senior in high school in LA. Um, we went through a lot. I'm not gonna lie, we went through a lot. We struggled. Um, he was on drugs for a while. We both smoked weed. Like, to me, weed is nothing basically because it's just weed. Everybody smokes weed nowadays. So I mean, if you're judgmental because I smoked weed, then I don't know what's wrong with you. But um, it was just a really long, rough time with him. He put me through a lot. I'm not gonna lie. He put me through a lot. Um, I care for him still because I mean, obviously, I feel like I don't have love. Like I don't feel like I want to get back with him. No, never. But I have like that love for him. Like in my heart. Like if he was ever to call me and tell me, "Hey Daisy, I'm in trouble. I need food. I need water. I need clothes." I'll gladly, take it to him and be like, here, try to help him out with whatever I can. But when I was pregnant, he put me through a lot. He used to put hands on me. He used to, like, do a lot of things. Like, I was in a really, really toxic relationship with him, like, really abusive. He used to hit me when I was pregnant with Evelyn. Um, one time, they had to remodel something from our apartment. I don't remember what it was, but I had to go stay for like a week at a hotel. So we went and we were staying at a hotel for the week, while they were remodeling this one thing. It's been years, so I totally forgot what it was that they were remodeling. And this guy was smoking like dope in the hotel room, and I was in there. I was dead asleep. So I mean, I was like what, 4 months pregnant already, almost 5, when he did that. So I was for like 3 days because I was asleep for like 3 days. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I would force myself to eat. I would force myself to take naps because I mean it's not healthy, like going through that stuff, and then for you, like, it's not healthy for the baby. So I would force myself to eat. I would force myself to try to get rest. Uh, I did kind of like get mad at him, and we did break it off for a little bit. And then I mean we lived together, so we would see each other every day, all the time. Like we weren't in a relationship at that time, but we would see each other all the time. So we ended up kind of like you know getting back together. And then he had stolen a car out here in Bakersfield. um, he didn't tell me it was stolen because we used to work in the fields. So well, I still work in the fields, but he had stolen a car. He didn't tell me it was stolen. It was a truck. He told me his friend lent it to him. And I mean, he had the key, so I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think like, oh, he stole it. No, because he had the key. And then it was like, I thought it was really his friend lent it to him. And we go to work and everything, and the owners of the car ended up spotting him. And this dude like tries to like burn off, and we're like in a speed chase getting chased down the road. This was by sunset over there in the middle of Lamont and Arvin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it was out there, and the Lamont police were the ones who went out there. Or yeah, the Lamont police were the ones that went out there, and this like he didn't tell me it was stolen, nothing. So we were getting chased, and I'm like, dude, slow down, what's going on? Like, slow down, let me out the car. He ends up crashing into the grapevines. Okay, like if you're from Bakersfield or you know where the fields, like the grape fields look like, the vines are like literally like a row. Like there's rows and rows and rows and rows of grapevines, and it was during summer, so we like crashed into the vines, and it was all on my side. I was pregnant. I was what, almost 5 months pregnant, everything. And when the cop got there, he literally made me walk 7 miles to Lamont. From the middle of nowhere, I had to walk 7 miles to Lamont just to get some help. Like, literally, just to get some help. And I had went to a school. I seen a school, and I asked, hey, can you guys help me out? They thought it was kind of like a setup, like obviously I don't mind them, like I would have thought it was a setup too, but they thought it was a setup. Like they thought that I was gonna go and like steal or whatever. I'm not like that, I don't do that stuff. That's bad. But I walked the 7 miles. I got to Lamont, and when I got there, like I was able to call an ambulance. I was able to talk to somebody. They were able to pick me up and like take me to the hospital and everything. And then he went to jail for that. He was in jail until a little bit after I had Evelyn. He got out like 2 weeks, I'd say like 2-3 weeks after I had her. So she was like this small little baby, and I tried again to try like to work something out with him for her, like for us to be like a little family, and he wasn't changing. So I ended up, I had got an apartment before he got, like a little bit before he got out of jail. Like I was working on getting an apartment and everything. And then we ended up moving together. We ended up doing all that stuff again. And then he started using drugs again. And I was just like, no, I can't, I'm not going to have it. So I ended up moving. I had to move out because he had ended up getting attacked by some guys. I'm not gonna say their names or nothing because I'm not trying to get involved in that bullshit anymore, or again. But they started threatening that they were gonna harm my daughter, they were gonna harm me if they couldn't find him. So I had to move out for the safety of my daughter. I had to move out of the apartment, and I had to like just basically let everything go. And yeah, until now I haven't talked to him. I haven't seen him. My daughter's 3. She's going on 4. Like I don't talk to him anymore. He's, like I said, he's in prison. So, and then like she was probably like 2 months, I think, 2 or 3 months when I separated officially from him. Like, so we were together for a good little while after he got out of jail, like a couple months or two. And what's going on? Go play, Evelyn. Go play with her. Go play with her. And they're on the little bouncer, the little trampoline. Go on the other side. Yeah, go through the opening. Go in there. Whew. Anyways, so yeah, we were together for a while, and then he ended up doing stupid things, so I ended up letting him go. He ended up coming home with hickeys and cheating and all this other stuff. So I ended up moving on, and then I met Arlene's dad. Who stepped up and took care of both of them, and was there for both of them, and he did his part. But we were together for almost 2 years. That's another story. Like, I can't sit there and talk shit about him because I'm not. Like, everybody keeps saying, oh, you talk shit about him on Facebook, you talk shit about him on social media. Bitch, no, I don't. That nigga knows I appreciate everything he did for Evelyn. Like, Evelyn not being his daughter, Arlene, you know, like, I appreciate everything he's done for both of them. Like, regardless of whatever, you know, of whatever anybody wants to say, he knows and I know what the deal is. And I personally do not care what anybody has to say, because at the end of the day, I'm the one taking care of my kids, not anybody else, not no guy. No guy is helping me at all. Even with Laylannii, I'm taking care of all three of my little girls by myself, and I'm proud. I don't care if anybody says, "Oh, you know, that's why your baby daddy left you." No, bitch, no, he did not leave me. I left them. I walked away from the situations. If I feel like it's a toxic relationship, guess what? I'm out. If I feel like it's a toxic, anything that has to do with toxic, I'm gone. Don't. I'm not gonna sit down and stand by it, and put up with bullshit that I do not need to put up with. So I'm I'm not dealing with anything. And a lot of people, like, they're like, oh, upset about it, like, oh, you're that's why he left you. No, honey, did nobody leave me? I left them. I left them. Arlene's dad, I left him when I found out he cheated on me. I left him in, like, literally, what, 2 days after I found out he cheated on me? I grabbed all my money, I grabbed my kids, I hopped on a bus, and I dipped to Arizona. Okay? I left Bakersfield and I dipped to Arizona. That's how far I left. Because I was like, fuck this. If I'm gone, I'm gone. Like, don't think I'm gonna sit down and play and let somebody play with me. I don't need that. I was raised better than that, to, like, oh, people say, oh, back in the day, like, if you're a real wife, you're gonna go through all of this stuff. And no, a mí no me van a mirar la cara de pendeja. Sorry, honey. But I don't care if I have to strive and deal with my kids on my own, and be a better mom. And if I have to work two, three jobs, guess what? I'm gonna do it. Why? Because I'm trying to do something better for my kids, not for me. Because the money that's coming in, it's not for me. It's for them. At the end of the day, everything that I have is for my kids. Everything that I get is for my kids. Okay, so I didn't close out my video, and I just noticed that while I was editing, because I actually started editing. So I'm gonna close it out right now, but thank you to my subscribers. Make sure you guys, like I said, hit the little bell, hit the subscribe button so you guys can get notified every time I upload a new video. Today's video was kind of, like a little feedback on basically the bullshit I went through with my first daughter's dad. Like I said, I'm not going to be taking any toxic relationships from anybody, whether it's family, friends, boyfriend, loved one, whatever. I'm not going to stand by it, because that is something I don't want around my kids, my daughters. They don't need that bullshit in their life. So, excuse me, I have like a lot of gas or something in my throat, like my chest, like it's been hurting really, really bad. But, and the only reason I'm whispering is because I'm doing it in my room. This last video, I'm doing it in the room. And my daughters are like wiped out, they're dead asleep. Um, so yeah, like I said, if you guys want to see a part 2 of this video, which I'm doing, because it's really, really long. So if you guys want to see a part 2 of this video, let me know down below. I did put my links in for my Snapchat and my Instagram, so you guys can be sure to follow me, message me.